Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's class. We're starting with a new chapter called Data 2, and it's topic 27 on page 167, Planet Maths. So, guys, we're going to be revisiting the whole idea of representing information pictorially, and here we have a bar chart. So, I want you to look at it closely and answer the questions which follow. So, 1. What is the title of this graph? If you look closely, it's Favourite Sports in Ashleaf Primary School. Number 2, is this graph a single bar chart or a multiple bar chart? And from close examination, we can see that a year 1, year 2 is represented, so it's a multiple bar chart. 3, is this graph a horizontal bar chart or a vertical bar chart? And we know it's a vertical bar chart because it doesn't align with the horizon. And what was the most popular sport in year 1? So if we look to year 1, and that's the navy blue or kind of purple bar, and we can see it was hurling. And what was the most popular sport in year 2? And year 2 is represented by the green bars, so the green bar charts, and we can see it is also hurling. How many people were surveyed in year 1? So guys, you have to add up all of the results, the 15, the 18, the 15, I think that's 9, and that's 12. And you come up with, I'll just wait for you there. If you can do that, add your 15s first anyway. It makes it easier. The numbers that you can add, easiest, and then add on the more difficult ones. Okay, and the answer is 72. Very good. True or false? The average number of votes for a sport in year 1 was 12. So if you add up year 1 and year 2, year 3, the first soccer, hurling, then Gaelic football, then rugby, and then volleyball. And that is, so you are trying to get the average number. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sports there: soccer, hurling, Gaelic football, rugby, and volleyball. So you must add the total of each from year 1 and then divide by 5 to get the average. And the average is not 12, actually, guys. And it isn't, it's I think it's about 14.4. I think I worked that out. 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. 14. It's 14.4. So it is not 12. So look at the data in B. Order the data set from youngest to oldest. So ages of children in Miss Burke's choir, and all of the different ages are represented here. And you have to find out what age is the youngest and oldest child. That's easy. Which age occurs most frequently? And calculate the average age of a choir member. So there we have before us the ages of the different children in Miss Burke's choir. And they're asking you to find out the average age within Miss Burke's choir. And you remember, I've just told you above how to calculate average, so you might go ahead with that. Find the average of each of these sets of numbers. So 1A, no, don't do 1A, please, sorry. Do B, 1B, 2B, and 3A and B, please. It's great for revision purposes. What is the missing number in each of these? So we have frames. We also know that we have to, every time we see something, we do our usual, what we always do, it's in the brackets first, followed by MDAS, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So Miss Campbell and I would like you to work out 1B, 2A and B, and 3A and B, please. Challenge yourself. The average of a list of 6 numbers is 20. If we remove one of the numbers, the average of the remaining numbers is 15. What was that number that was removed? Okay, so an average 6 numbers is 20. The average of the 6 numbers is 20. If we remove one of the numbers, now the average is 15. What is the number that was removed? So think about that, guys. First of all, the average of 6 numbers is 20. But then when you remove one of the numbers, so you've only 5 numbers to deal with, and now the average is 15. So if you could try and challenge yourself and work that out. A class of 25 students took a science test. 10 students had an average score of 80. The other students had an average score of 60. What is the average score of the whole class? So these are average based, guys. So the class of 25, 10 had 80, and the other students had an average of 60. So you have to find out what is the average score of the whole class. So that's quite easy when you think about it, lads. Just remember, always look at the relationship between the numbers and make sure you underline what they're asking you to do. And it's much easier to follow with that. Now, because of revision, so there'll be no what do you call that thing? There'll be no new wave in new wave in maths this week. Instead, we're going to revisit chapters 7 and 8, all about fractions. Look at the fraction wall on page 45 and answer the following questions. So I'm going to actually take a photo of page 45. Actually, I might actually include it here. Page 45, sorry guys. So I'm actually going to include it here. Right. So it says, look at the fraction wall chart on page 45 and answer the following. Put these fractions in order starting from the smallest to the largest. So we have a tenth, a twelfth, a half, and a quarter. And they're asking you to put those in order starting with the largest, going all the way down, well, just 4 of them, to the smallest. And then you go to B, 7 tenths, 2 fifths, 3 quarters, 7 twelfths, and then 4 fifths, and then you have 3 tenths, 1 fifth, 2 elevenths, 1 ninth, 4 fifths, you have 4 fifths, 9 tenths, 3 quarters, and 11 twelfths. I'm trying to get that. So, can you see that? Yeah, I can now myself. And you know, lads, I'm as blind as a bat. And I really need to go to the optometrist. Okay. Right. There we go. There's your wall chart. And if you can't, guys, remember, you can always bring it to the common denominator. What will they all go into? It's a little bit more work involved than just looking. Okay? I'll also include a photo of this page just to make it easier. If you can take those down and then look to the photo of the page. 1 tenth, 1 twelfth, 1 half, 1 quarter. 3 tenths, 1 fifth. No, that's wrong. You go to B, it doesn't really matter. 7 tenths, 2 fifths, 3 quarters, 7 twelfths. 3 tenths, 1 fifth, 2 elevenths, and 1 ninth. 4 fifths, 9 tenths, 3 quarters, and 11 twelfths. Okay. And in 2B, A, sorry, place the following fractions on the number lines: a quarter, a half, an eighth, 3 quarters, and 7 eighths. And remember, this number line is going from 0 to 1, so all the numbers within are parts of numbers. They're fractions. And then if you go to 2B, you have to represent a half, a third, a sixth, 2/3, and 3 quarters there. 3 quarters, not 5 quarters, 3 quarters. And then in C, a third, 2/3, 1 ninth, 8 ninths, and 5 ninths. And then in D, a half, a fifth, a tenth, 7 tenths, 9 tenths, and 4 fifths. And again, guys, to make it easy, I would definitely, we can easily do halves and quarters, but it's harder when you have, numbers where you have eighths and quarters all together. So you really have to decide how many eighths make up a quarter and so forth, how many tenths make up a fifth and so forth, how many, well, the ninths are easy, or how many ninths are equivalent to a third, to 2/3, and so forth. So that's kind of a little bit of a hint there for you. And if you could get that done over the next 2 days. So you have today and tomorrow to complete 7 and 8, chapter 7 and 8. And remember, the fraction wall chart was on page 45 in your Planet Maths if you want to use Folan's online. Basically, that's it, guys. So I'll have those answers uploaded for you. Today's Tuesday, so I'll have those uploaded for you on Thursday. It's pity now because I wanted to get another chapter done. You know me. Anyway, talk to you. Just talk to myself, the usual lads. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.